Good and bad is everywhere.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
As a Muslim, how do you feel about the way Muslims are portrayed in the media?
False.
I don't feel that it's accurate. I feel that it's very one-sided. I feel like the media people and the journalists, they don't go out of their way to get both sides of the story, so they're always portraying their view on what they want people
Like
to
for
think.
example, they use the word terrorism like with Muslims a lot, when really you could define a lot of actions from non-Muslim groups as terrorists as well. But they usually call them crimes. So there's definitely a skewed view.
Why do you think that?
Because our religion is not about violence, and
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
Muslims of us, and I don't think it's right.
In our favor at all.
Would you say that this is due to ignorance and lack of knowledge on their behalf?
I do
Say that this is due to ignorance and lack of knowledge on their part.
Who create a problem is the power, is the greed.
What do you think the foundation of Islam is?
We believe we are Muslim, we believe about Jesus, we believe about the Bible, but we don't follow Jesus and Bible because we believe that it was true. But Prophet Muhammad was the final messenger. He came after Jesus, and Quran was the latest holy book of Allah upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why we believe Quran and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We follow the latest constitution for human being. You know that the Bible and the Torah was revealed upon Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasallam. We believe as a Muslim, Musa alayhi salatu wasallam, he was prophet. Jesus, he was prophet. And they are holy book which is revealed upon them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we don't believe that it was true, then we cannot be Muslim. But we have to believe it was true. But we follow the latest one. Like in the parliament there is a constitution. Which one people follow? The latest one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we as a Muslim, we believe that the Quran was the final message from Allah revealed upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the final and latest messenger of Allah. That's what we believe.
So, in terms of like extremists groups like jihadists and stuff that use Islam as their foundation, like how do you feel about that?
Actually, there is no extremism in Islam. There is no extremism. If I'm going to tell you a story, it will be very clear to you. About 4 or 5 years back, a man came to the mosque, in this mosque, to take Shahada, and it was with our head Imam Sheikh Abdul Qayyum, and he requested to Imam to give him Shahada. He wants to take Shahada, and Imam said, "Why you want to become Muslim?" And he said, "I like Islam." So he said, "Why? Who told you?" He said, "I can't say no any single Muslim invited me to become Muslim, but I can say media influenced me to become Muslim." Imam said, "How come?" Through the media always said Islam terrorism, extremism, this and that. And he said, is it true? He was thinking, I couldn't find any Muslim friend doing terrorist activities. And he said, I want a Muslim bookshop. I bought a Quran in English to find out actually what Allah said in the Quran about extremism and about terrorism. Because if Muslim terrorist, then something has to be in the Quran, because they learn from the Quran, terrorism activities, terrorist activities. Then he said, I was trying to find out. I finished one chapter, one Jews, second Jews, third Jews, nearly 1/3 of the Quran I finished. But whatever I was reading, my mind become cold. My mind to interest to learn more about Islam. And he said, I was trying to read Quran and Islamic some literature since 1 year, but I couldn't find anything about terrorism, extremism in the Quran, in the Islamic book. So what I found, Allah only one God, Prophet Muhammad, the final messenger of Allah. And Islam is a true religion, and peace and tranquility in this religion. That's why I had to become Muslim. So like, Muslim people didn't give him dawah. He found from the Quran and Islamic Quran and Hadith.
In the beginning of the Sahih Bukhari, it's mentioned إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Though everything is according by the intention. If the intention is good, then it's okay.
So I think that is the foundation of Islam. I think Islam, it's not set in stone. I think every Muslim should try to adapt their beliefs to where they're living. I think you can't live the same as if you're living in an Islamic country or in a country that's practicing Sharia law with a country that is not, and it's Catholic or it's like westernized. I think you need to make adaptations and you need to be flexible, have those beliefs and practice those beliefs, but not to the extent where you're not following how society is run in the country that you're living in.
How do you feel about extremist groups? So like groups like the jihadists and the ISIS.
Completely wrong.
And why do you think that?
Because Islam is always with a kindly performing the dawah. There's not a state where it's going to kill the innocent people. That's in my opinion, that's wrong. Way of approaching this is at this time is wrong.
Do you think that they're just manipulating the Quran in order to...
They're using the name of Islam and the Quran and Sunnah.
So that's not jihad.
In the Parliament, for House of Parliament, William Hague was a foreign minister, and he said he's willing to send his intelligence and his people to train people in Syria who ready to want to take Assad down. Well, who's those people who are exactly who now they're ISIS? They becomes guns, whatever it is. Who create the problems? Definitely 100% for me. As I witness, as I saw the news, as I read the papers and all that stuff, everything's coming from West.
So what would you say are the difference between your beliefs and their beliefs?
I wasn't born a Muslim, so if Islam was a religion that was so violent, then why do so many people convert to it?
What made you convert to Islam? What were you before?
I was Christian.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Like, I think Islam makes a lot more sense.
We have no voice. We have no media on our side.
How would you solve everything that's going on with like terrorism and all of that? What would you say?
Nothing is in my hand. First thing, the Prophet ﷺ said, correct yourself, then for the next person you look. If I'm not myself is correct, how can I be taking the responsibility for the next one? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. First you self, save yours from the fire, then about your family.
Try to make non-Muslims understand that at the end of the day we are only humans, and we believe in our beliefs, and it's okay for them to believe in their beliefs, but not like patronize or think of us as doing something wrong when we're just doing something different.
So not to be like scared of change and not to be scared of things that they don't know.
Not to be scared of difference. People are different and people's beliefs are different, and it's okay to accept that.